your name praise, honor, and glory. God, we ask that you would give us wisdom today, God, that we be on one accord, God, concerning the county, concerning the president, concerning those that have authority of us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
This is a regular meeting of the Henry County Board of County Commissioners being held on Tuesday, October 9, 2018 at 5 p.m. in the City Commission Chambers in Portsmouth, Florida. In attendance are Chairman Mitchell Wills, Vice Chair Emma Byrd, Commissioner Darrell Harris, Commissioner Michael Swindle, Commissioner Carson Turner, County Administrator Charles Chapman, County Attorney Mark Lapp, and Clerk Barbara Butler.
Thank you, ma'am. Seeing nothing under the bids, the first thing tonight is the consent agenda.
Motion to approve.
Second the motion.
Pull C1.
We're going to pull C1 on the agenda.
Motion to approve the balance.
I'll second the motion.
For C1, there's a contract and 2 resolutions, and in my motion, I only put to approve the contract. So if your motion will be to approve the contract and the 2.
I make a motion to approve the contract and said resolutions as presented.
I'll second the motion.
Here we have a motion by Commissioner Turner, second by Commissioner Swindle. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Nothing under awards and appearances. So we have a public hearing tonight. Petition number CPA 18-0001.
Anything special you want to share with us, Ms. Embledge?
No, sir. My staff report says that all I needed to have on the record. So
Approve option 1.
I'll second the motion.
Okay. Got a motion by Commissioner Turner, second by Commissioner Swindle. This is a hearing of the public. Was anyone in the public like to address this? Seeing none, is there any further discussion on the board?
Glad to see him progress, moving forward,
yeah.
land being situated for the future. Thank you.
All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Embledge. Nothing under action to correspondence, and FYI, you guys see that, so that's going to bring us to the staff reports.
Sir, Honorable
Mr.
Chairperson and members of the board, pursuant to the item under correspondence FYI, the notice of my intent to resign from service from Henry County as your county administrator is effective of December 3rd. Given that I have accepted a contract and entered into an agreement with the City of Naples to become their city manager as effective of December 3rd, I went ahead and put together a draft transition plan for the Office of a County Administrator for your consideration and discussion this evening. There's been some discussion individually in briefings with members of the board that I've also sent out to you via email in terms of what a transition option might include should the board decide to fill the upcoming vacancy of county administrator sooner than the December 3rd date of a potential mutual separation resolution to end my contractual obligations with the board sooner than later. That was submitted to each one of you over the course of the weekend for your consideration as well, again in draft format. Really, it's up to the board and what you would like to do with this position. This position reports directly to you. It is described in ordinance in detail as far as this job description is concerned. So with that, I'll yield and allow for any questions and discussion to take place.
Mr. Chair. Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, Commissioner Harris.
Okay.
Yield to my senior.
Anyway, I don't know if it requires a motion or not to October the 24th is Mr. Chapman's last day with all the terms in the contract. I don't know if you need a motion to clarify that.
I
With
think
October the 24th being your last day with the terms.
Mr. Chair, if I may.
Yeah, go ahead.
So if it is the will of the board to follow the transition plan, I have suggested in here for tonight the board to decide one of 5 options in terms of being able to fill the position. The first option to consider is an internal promotion opportunity. I do have confidence in my staff that should that be the will and desire of the board to consider, I think they would be well served to have that conversation. The other remaining 4 options have to deal with going out to market, and I don't know what the tolerance of this board would be, but again, that is a discussion item, but I've outlined 4 different options to go to market. Some are more expensive than others, obviously, and it includes anything from handling the recruitment internally to hiring an executive search firm that could cost as much as $40,000.
All right.
So if we could
Here we
take
go.
that piece first.
Yeah, I don't think we need to get into that.
Okay. So here's Mr. Chair, here's what I would like to do. Out of respect to what Mr. Chapman has done for us in his time as county administrator for Hendry County, I'd like to honor the contract and the recommendation that he's presented to us, carrying him through with insurance, payment, time certain, I believe the final date being December 3rd. I'd like to make a motion tonight, right now, that we give Jennifer Davis the interim county administrator tag, and if y'all want to go out to market, by all means, let's chat about it. Try to lobby me on why we need to, but I think that Charles has done a wonderful job of developing a bench. I think that his executive team is competent, and I think that Jennifer Davis is ready to lead Hendry County into the future. I want to make a motion that we give her the interim tag tonight, and that you and her work out contract negotiations between now and the next meeting in October, and we will confirm her interim position to a full-time position on October the 23rd. I want to talk about that issue now first. What do y'all think about that motion? Feel free to second it or say why you don't like it. Okay.
I'll second the motion.
Any further discussion on this?
And,
I'm absolutely comfortable with the motion. Do we need to make is that an in-house tweak that we need to make to the job description to make that possible? Or do we need to make a motion?
I've got it here.
Okay.
Do you want me to do this first?
Just roll it all into one motion, and it can be A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, or whatever how
Okay.
you want to put it.
You want me to read it in?
Sure.
Okay, this is job description that needs to be changed, and it's a bachelor's degree from a accredited 4-year college or university is preferred. Is preferred is the change in the wording.
Do we need that in the form of a motion?
Right. So you can take that by itself,
I
or
will-
you
I
can
will-
roll it into the other.
Roll it into the same
Yeah, we can
motion.
just add it into the same
Subject
motion.
to the amendment, yes.
Okay.
And just to be
Okay.
clear, the interim appointment is effective on what date?
Tonight.
But you still have a county
You
administrator.
can't do
The
it.
24th.
Yeah, we're going to have 2 payrolls. So we're going to start paying her as the interim county administrator tonight. And then between now and the next 14 days, you guys will iron out a contract
For her.
for her to be
And for
full-time
him.
county administrator, simultaneously honoring the contract that we have with him through the December 3rd date, so that he feels warm and fuzzy about the latter 60 days and what he's had. He's presented us multiple emails that show us cost breakdown and all of that, what it is, and I think it's the right thing to do.
But the question is he still going to be county
Well,
administrator?
yeah, you need one.
No, he's not going to be county administrator.
But what's he going to be?
She's going to be the county administrator. He's going to go hang out, play golf, fish, do whatever he needs to do, and be on the call in the event that Jennifer needs to have
Okay,
a second that she wants to rely on.
And what was her date?
October the 23rd, I'm hoping that we'll come here and ratify the contract so that she is officially the head dog and no longer just the interim county administrator, because I hate interim tags.
So Mr. Chapman will stay administrator until 23rd, and then we will do the ratification then.
Yeah.
So she wouldn't be county administrator, should be the can you have an interim?
I think you could.
We actually run the county. We don't have to ask.
Well, I
we
want that.
we can tell them what we want and we're going to do it.
Okay.
Yep.
Is that okay, county attorney?
Good with that?
And when
Get
you
a
say
second to
you're,
all that?
when you say you're honoring the contract, I want to be clear what that means. Are
The
you talking about
terms?
the resolution.
That'll be determined
sir.
on the 23rd.
Yes, sir. But Charles presented us with a draft resolution.
Right.
And the details associated with that, unless y'all have a huge amount of heartburn about it, which I don't think there is any reason why we should, I think that we honor the resolution that Charles has presented, and the county is able to move forward in a holistic approach while Jennifer Davis takes on the reins instantaneously as becoming our county administrator.
Is that tonight?
Yes, she's interim tonight, dependent upon her and our chairman
can get that worked
working
out
out
by
a contract,
23rd.
which I feel confident they're going to do, then it becomes official on the 23rd.
So we couldn't make his official as of tonight? Charles is.
I really don't. I mean,
gonna-
if you want to fire him, that's fine. But I think it's
No,
just
I don't-
semantics at this point.
No, I didn't meant fire him.
That was another option he had presented. It was
That's a
it was
joke,
basically
by the
about-
way. Yeah.
I know it was. I just didn't want-
Charles did. He was
Yeah,
over
Mr.
going,
Harris
"Oh."
stuttered there for a minute. We'll calm him down.
Severance package.
So, we have a motion, and Commissioner Turner's made a motion. We have a second by Commissioner Swindle, and that was with the amendment made to it,
To the job
to
description.
the job description, correct?
And you say, honor the resolution, do you mean adopt the resolution?
Okay.
Ralph.
Yes, sir. So, as part of the motion, we will adopt the proposed resolution. Yes, sir.
So three-part motion, adopt the resolution
Yep.
with respect to him, designate Jennifer as interim
Interim.
county administrator with
Dependent.
contract terms to be negotiated
change the
between
language
her
of
and the
the other.
chairman to be
Change the
presented
language
on
of the
October
current job
23rd,
description.
and change the job description
Change
as
the language,
stated.
right?
Yes, sir.
Get all that?
Thank you,
Clark?
Mr. Lapp.
Okay.
Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Congratulations, everyone.
Charles, congratulations
Congratulations.
on your appointment at the City of Naples.
Yep.
Charles,
Charles,
Mr.
5
Chapman,
years
working with
is
you the
going
last
fast.
couple of years has been very good. We appreciate all you've done for Henry County. Appreciate the time and effort you put into each one of us as well. So we believe the future is going to be bright for Naples, and we know with Ms. Davis taking the reins, we're gonna pick right up and run here as well. So it's going to be a good day.
We'll be talking to her in the morning.
Yeah.
Seamless, baby.
Lock your door.
Seamless.
you know it, and you can often tell, the footprints that someone leaves is a good indicator of what happened, and no one can look back and say we're not in a better place than what we were 5 years ago. So,
Right.
so we all can agree that Mr. Chapman is a big part of that, and his family. They have been invested interest in what we do. So I'm glad to have worked with you, and you're only a phone call away, so we're going to keep bugging you.
Yes, sir.
Could you make sure Mr. Harris has your personal cell?
Oh, he'll be there.
I thought you told me I had to take him with me.
Yeah, that's part of the deal.
The motion was going to
That's
come
part
up
of the
later.
package.
Comes at the end of the meeting.
Business by district.
You let it out of the bag. Okay, Mr. Chapman, we have some more there.
Yes, sir. The next item will be planning projects update regarding Everglades Airport, and it'll be staff report presented by Ms. Margaret Embledge, Planning and Community Development Director.
Yes, Commissioners, on August 14th, I presented to the board the updated list of planning project priorities, and subsequent to that meeting, we met with the AIA team and determined that it was time to start the amendments to the Everglades Airport based on the air cargo plans. And so we needed to add this to the planning priorities. And I just wanted to update the board on this and see if you have any questions regarding this effort.
How long do you think this effort will take?
We're
We're in the 9th year right now.
ninth year, okay. Well, this has to do with comp plan amendments,
But I
land
mean,
development code amendments, and zoning for the additional property and the existing property. And this is planned to be complete within 6 to 8 months, possibly 9 months.
So another year.
This won't hold up the process if we get the approvals in place. This does not have to be in place before we finish the contract.
Mr. Chair, this process has to go concurrently, and I believe there is a portion of the privatization application that does require that we provide evidence that we are going through this process at a minimum.
Okay, so we're going through it, so we'll
Right,
be
it's
okay.
in parallel, yes,
Right,
sir.
right.
Does part of this have to do with the airstrip? The
Yes,
new-
sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
It says that it's the next step to development.
Okay,
So
that'd be the airstrip. Okay.
Do you have any further questions? If not, I'll sit back
Any
down.
further questions?
No, ma'am.
Thank you, members.
I believe we needed to carry a motion for that, wasn't it?
There was no motion
No
recommendation on
motion.
that one.
Okay.
Boy gets a new job.
All right, Chairman, for the record, Shane Parker, Henry County Public Works Director. This is for a contract with CMT for the
Make
project
a motion to
development.
approve option 1 as presented.
Got a motion by Commissioner Turner, second by Commissioner Harris. Any further discussion or questions from Mr. Parker?
He didn't say nothing.
There you go. Seeing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you, Mr. Parker.
Second item I have for you is plus contract with BCI Technologies.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Harris, second by Commissioner Byrd. Is there any further questions on that one? Seeing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you again, Mr. Parker. Mr. Lapp.
I think we're going to be continuing the discussion of that to a future meeting, the code enforcement.
Item one's been pulled.
Well, kind of one goes with two.
Oh,
so,
both go
yeah.
together.
1 and 2.
So we need to make a motion to table.
Well, I don't know. It's not a required action item. We'll just bring it back on a future agenda when it's
Let's
ready.
come back in.
Mr. Chair, I make a motion to actually bring it back time certain, October the 23rd. Next meeting in LaBelle.
Okay, we got a motion. We got a second. Thank you. Motion by Commissioner Turner, second by Commissioner Byrd to make this time sensitive to October 23rd back in town. Any further discussion? Seeing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Brings us to the hearing of the public. Does anyone in the public wish to address the board tonight?
Mr. Chair, if I might just take a brief moment during this section, since I'm technically a member of the public at this time, in my hybrid, awkward position as it is right now, I want to say thank you to the board and to the staff. Primarily the board, you took a chance on me to bring me down from Gadsden County in 2013 to give me a shot, and it was the support of this board and the support of the staff and the community that made it a success. So while I do appreciate all of your kind words, I could not have had the success that I've had without the constitutional officers, the board, and the staff all rallying around and catching the vision that a bald-headed, crazy, skinny guy had. And I just want to say thank you. And I'm only a phone call away. It's an hour and 10 minutes door to door from where I'm looking to rent. So please come and visit, and let me take you to the beach and buy you a steak. So.
Thank you, Mr. Chapman.
Are you gonna be on a travel trailer?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Tiny home.
Another lady couldn't afford one.
Anyone from the other public? Yes, sir.
You can ride.
Raul Battaglia, I was just wondering, as things move along pretty quick, whether the position that Jennifer has been occupying for years, and which is the finance manager, is often a very important standalone responsible position, whether you people are thinking in terms of filling that job.
To answer that question, yes, there has been further discussion among the board, and we are going to be looking at that. Yes, sir. To answer your question, yes.
And Jennifer will be looking at it.
Yeah, we'll be, during the negotiations, we'll be looking at every one of those positions we've got to refill. Anyone else from the public?
I'd like to say I think you made a very good choice.
Thank you. We believe that as well.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, sir.
you got to stop ruffians like Dan Weekly from just yelling out from the crowd.
Just got to make him come up to the board and introduce
Be
himself.
no end to it.
There's a deputy back there.
You know,
Be on alert.
he said he knew you personally, so I just let it go.
Okay.
Anyone else? Seeing none. Ms. Butler, you have anything tonight? No, sir. Mr. Swindle, business by district. I see you got a list.
I do. It's a short one, easy one though. The loan that we're working on, I understand. Do we have an update? Are we there? Do we have that? Are we good to go?
We have the documents done, but we're working through two questions, just one question.
Okay.
So we're waiting to hear. But
Should be the
Mark-
October 23rd board agenda.
Good. So we're this month, and the list of priorities for the renovations and repairs are stacked up and ready to go. And he's like, okay. Okay. FEMA reimbursements. I know that statewide, nothing, but, right, am I correct in that still? Nothing, we've heard nothing, we've seen nothing?
We have not seen anything, but we have got everything submitted.
Okay.
From the emergency protective measures and the debris.
Okay.
And so Jefferson, our representative, was at the office again today, so we hope we'll get something soon.
The funds that the municipalities will owe, do we have that? Because we were also waiting the last couple of meetings to find out numbers on that. Did we get there yet? Oh, sorry.
Get up there.
We do not. After the last meeting, I sent an email to Kelly and Shane about that, and Kelly came and talked to us about that. And they're still working on we're still working on the waiver. So we submitted the waiver to FEMA, and that decides what total percentage we're going to end up paying. And so we are waiting to get that information back before we submit the bills to the cities.
Okay,
So we didn't want to bill them for something and then,
all right, but it's on tap, it's happening?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
But,
right.
but they don't have any timeline, right?
oh,
FEMA,
Yeah, on payoff. Because that could be 2 more years.
and they're fixing to get a big bill from North Carolina and North Florida,
Yeah.
Tallahassee.
I don't think anybody knows the answer
Yeah,
to that. So,
right.
yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Sir, Ms. Bird?
Well, nothing in district, but I'd like to say thank you to Charles. Came on board and they really took the time to help me through some things and what I didn't know. So I want you to know I appreciate you. You're going to do well. You're going to do well, and thank you. Good luck.
Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Harris?
Shane, when will the LaBelle Terminal be over and ready? Looks like it's about ready now. And
For the record, Shane Parker, County Engineer. They're still doing some punch list items, and they've got to redo the exhaust fan and the fresh air intake for the kitchen. So
And,
just a few minor items.
can you go on record and tell it what it costs the county?
$0 other than staff time.
Okay. All right, thank you. I think Swindle answered all my questions.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Turner. Yes, sir. On November the 14th, 2017, we had a pretty healthy discussion about 719 Carolina Avenue. There was an agreement that was created where the people that were going to overtake that property were going to pay, I don't know if it was to the county, if it was to the SHIP program, CDBG, I'm not really sure. It's $833.33 a month. That was the mortgage that was agreed upon. That was going to go to an account. I'd like to get an update between now and the next meeting in LaBelle of what is that program, the CDBG, SHIP funding, how many homes do we have in that program, where are we at with that, and then I'd like for that to be rolled into, do y'all remember we had some proceeds that were realized from a number of lots, I believe, that the county owned that were sold. The number was roughly around $14K. We gave that to Miss Embledge to be able to house people that were struggling during Irma. You know, we were just helping them through midterm. You know, I think they were just trying to get their head above water during Hurricane Irma. Can we find out about that program as well and what finances are?
I can give you an update on that for the next meeting.
Okay.
But just so you know that the program was
It was a pilot, wasn't it?
is meant to augment the SHIP program and the HUD program, but because of Irma, we came back to you so that we could use some dollars to help some unfunded assistance
Needs that were out there.
and quite honestly, we didn't have that many I'll say takers or folks that were able to use it, but I'll have a full report for you at the next meeting.
And so just going back, you know, we were trying to get those people settled, and we had a particular program that was offering, and then y'all actually did an outreach to let people know about that funding that was there. But I'd just love to know how well y'all think that worked, and then what is available in said account, if an actual account exists or if it's just an itemized, you know, number in a budget somewhere. I'd like to just be brought up on that.
Right, we have that information.
Will
Wonderful.
you have a number on that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's very important, the number.
Other than that, Mr. Chair, you know, just praying for our brothers and sisters up in North Florida. Hope everybody's going to be spared the wrath of that storm to even the utmost of what it's going to bring. We know it's going to be bad. With our man Charles moving down to Naples, Charles, we wish you the best of luck. You know, I think you could say that we took a little bit of a chance on a younger county administrator who didn't have the strongest of resumes to be put into the head coach position of a county. But I think that you did a heck of a job with the opportunity that was presented to you. And some people, you know, when you get squeezed, you either focus or fold, and you clearly focused. You rallied around the position. But Charles, the thing that you've done that has impressed me the most time and time again is you've made it there's no bones about it. And we have a handful of people in this county that make no bones about this issue. you're a family guy first. Your priorities are straight. You're God, family, and then your job, you know, and you're unabashed about that. And it has served you well, and I'm looking forward to seeing you be very successful down at the city of Naples. So I hope you retire down there. I actually thought it was going to be a bigger county that got you, but it was a smaller, bigger municipality. So good job. That's it. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Yep. Once again, you know, to echo the board as well, Mr. Chapman, the last 2 years working with you has been a pleasure. It's been very educating. I appreciate all the time and effort you put in. New commissioners are probably tough to break in, so appreciate the tolerance that you have with us, helping us get where we needed to be. And once again, I do believe you'll thrive and do amazing where you're going. And I'm looking forward to Ms. Davis stepping up. And I think Henry County is going to keep moving forward. It's going to be a good thing. I did tell her the other day, and I'm going to say it on record. It's a job. Don't let it consume you. Make sure that you breathe when you need to. Step back sometimes and look at the big picture. Because I know that myself and 4 other people up here sometimes tend to put a lot of pressure on 1 or 2 people. So just keep in mind that it is a job. And when you go home at night, it's a job. When you come back the next morning, that's when you start over again. A lot of people get stuck in 24-hour days, and it will consume you. So just make sure you always remember that. And we'll be here to support you along the way as well. Mr. Chapman's going to be right around the corner. We'll try to keep Mr. Harris out of the office as much as possible. But then again, also staff, thank you so much for all you've done. The meeting we had the other day was amazing. You guys come out, you've done an amazing job with the folks out there on the west side of the county. It was very good, so I appreciate your time and effort that you put into that. It took a long time to get it together. And actually, the residents even said themselves, you know, Wheeler Estates, we've had quite a few meetings, but we always did it at somebody's house, and the county never showed up. And they were all really surprised to see that the county called a meeting. And it was a great turnout. We had a room full. Actually, when I left home, I thought, well, you know, 5 or 6 will be doing good. And there was probably 40, 50. It was 50. I knew it wasn't too far off. So
That's a bunch of people.
once again, thank you for all your work. We appreciate it very much. Does anybody have anything else before we close?
No, sir.
Meeting's adjourned.
Thank you.
I'm going to my leave.